My brothers and sisters, welcome to episode number 112 in the book of Genesis. We're in Genesis chapter 26. And yesterday we saw Isaac's son Esau, the firstborn, forgetting the value of his birthright, his spiritual heritage. He sells it to the second-born brother, Jacob, for a pot of tender stew. He says, what use is it to me? And he treats something that is important, that he treats it as if it is unimportant. So read with me now, and we're going to go to the generation of Isaac. This is Abraham's son, Isaac, and talk about his relationship with the Lord. So today's title is Do You Want God? Because every generation, every person gets to decide that. Watch what Isaac does. This is Genesis chapter 26, verse 1. Now there was a famine in the land besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar to Abimelech, the king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him. The Lord is appearing now to Isaac. Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land which I will send you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and your offspring I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your offspring as the stars of the heaven, and give to your offspring all these lands, and in your offspring all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So he's repeating the blessing that he gives to Abraham. He's repeating that to Isaac. Now, maybe this famine that they're talking about kind of geared up our yesterday's lesson about the value of a pot of stew. So Isaac is going to journey to Gerar and Abimelech. He's the king who acted honorably with Sarah, who demonstrated the fear of God when Abraham actually does not demonstrate the fear of God. When Abraham said for a second time, hey, she's my sister. But the Lord here is saying to Isaac, the next generation, dwell here, sojourn here, I'm going to be with you. So I will be with you and I will bless you. Now he told this to Abraham, and Isaac, is literally the product of this. So it will be told to the next generation after Isaac as well. It's going to be told to Jacob. In Genesis chapter 28, in 2 chapters from now, the Lord stood above and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give you and to your offspring. To your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west and to the east and north and south. And in you and your offspring shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Let me say that again. In you and your offspring shall all the families of the earth shall be blessed. That's where you sit today we sit in the hot seat of that today. Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised to you. So we're going to sit on those promises today. So there's this promise to Abraham. He's going to get lots and lots of people. That's the first thing. He's going to get a place. He's going to give you a place for a home. And the person, which is, I'm going to give you myself. I'm going to give you my presence in a new way. And isn't that the goal of the spiritual life? So why should I follow God? This is the big question for here today. So here's why you should follow God. And I'm going to say this in a prosperity sort of a way. Your life circumstances will be better, more prosperous, and satisfying. Now, am I saying that you're not going to suffer? No. Or get old? No. Or get sick? No. Or struggle with fatigue? No. Or have limits of finances? No. Here's the essential element that God promises his people, is that you can have me. And like yesterday, where they forgot the value of something, today, let's not forget the value of having the Lord, of pleasing you, of living before you. So may the Lord give us the weight and the value and the measure to appraise him correctly, that he is our prize, he is our treasure. So I'd like to address, if you are outside the family of God today, and perhaps you're looking in and ran across this podcast and video, I'd recommend you consider three things. Number one, what will you do to remedy your sin and its just penalty before God? So, absent Jesus, absent this great redemptive story that we're just starting on here today, a couple generations in, absent that, you're in, you're in trouble. Secondly, is what will you do about living forever? So, everybody lives forever. But the question is, where are you going to live forever, and where do you want to live forever? And then the third question, which is today's question here, is: would you like to live this life as you walk here uh, under the same promise that Isaac got? You know, we look at this and say, "Wow, I'd love to have God come and talk to me and say, 'I will be with you.'" Well, this is exactly what Jesus promises at the Last Supper in John chapter 14. In verse 23, Jesus answers someone who says, "How are you going to, show yourself to us?" And Jesus said, "If anyone loves me, he will keep my word, and my Father will love him." And then get this, "and we will come to him and make our home with him." So we're asking today, Lord, show yourself to the people of God in a unique way on the planet. Indwell the hearts and souls and eyes and spirits of believer, and not just visit us, but make your home here. So in our story today, we have big promise to this one guy, Isaac, long time ago. He's a big part of a big line from Abraham in which all the families of earth are going to be blessed. But here's the bottom line is God can bless your family, you now. How did he figure this out? This is the same storyline in the Bible, that God offers a relationship. We've seen it with Adam when God walked in the cool of the day, and he could have just kept on walking after Adam and Eve sinned, but he turns and finds Adam. Then we see it with Noah. God closes him in the ark. The goes for almost a little more than a year in the ark, and on the other end of the journey, at the other end of the storm, he says, "I'm there to open the door. I know you guys are still evil. I know that the heart of man is still black. Here I am. I am with you anyway, and I'm going to fix this." And now we see it with the imperfect promise to the imperfect Abraham and the imperfect Sarah. So we see it and now taste it with Isaac. So here's the question for you today as we leave. Do we see this in you? He's done his part to make a relationship. Will you be a part of this great party? Will you allow yourself to be rescued? Will you let him have you? He says yes. What do you say? Thanks for listening.